Swearing is off for now. Well, maybe I should put it back on for this next topic. Apparently, 6 suspected drug dealers accused of running a $7 million fentanyl distribution operation were released without bail under the new criminal justice law. What? What? These people running a $7 million fentanyl distribution operation, we're not talking about street dealers. They were major fentanyl dealers released without bail. Are you happy with that? Well, here's what I wonder. Would it be legal to build a private website, private meaning privately built and funded, not private from the public, that listed the people who are known or, and here's the controversial part, suspected fentanyl dealers, so that parents can just take a photo of their kids' friends and run it through a system and say, you're hanging around with a fentanyl dealer. Maybe you shouldn't hang around with that kid anymore. Of course, your immediate reaction is, my God, people will, it's like the, what is that, the shitty men's list? Somebody made a private list of the men who had Me Too'd people, but unfortunately anybody could contribute to the list, and so it appears that a number of innocent people were labeled as Me Too'ers, when in fact they were not. So that's a gigantic risk, wouldn't you say? But I believe there's probably a way to do this. And here, the whole point of this is it looks like the government is helpless. If the government is helpless to stop fentanyl, wouldn't it help if you could tell every person who sold fentanyl when you saw them? Socially, it would be hard to operate in normal society if everywhere you went, everybody knew you were a fentanyl dealer. Now, is there a way that you can do this without libeling people? I don't know, but I'll bet there is. My intuition says there's a way to do this that does. Let me give you an example. This is just brainstorming. I'm not going to say this is the idea. But suppose anybody could contribute to the list, but they had to provide their own identification. And they had to provide a paragraph that says why they know this to be true. Now, perhaps you don't make that person who contributed to the list public, unless there's a dispute. If there's a dispute, then the person so accused could, maybe hire a lawyer or something, and then and at that point, the person who made the claim could either remove the claim or make their name public just to the lawyer and the person who's got the dispute. So in that case, you would always be able to face your accuser if you challenged it. If you don't challenge it, you just have to live with the fact that you're on a list of fentanyl dealers. But if you challenge it, there should be a process where at that point you know who your accuser is, you know what the argument is, the accuser can modify it or correct it, or you can argue your case. So there might be some way to make it safe against people being put on that list. All right, so that's just something to think about. I can't go so far as to say we should do it.